I wasn't sure if there was a higher power for absolute certainty for most of my life. There was some stuff that happened in my life that kind of made me feel like there was. My dad had this real powerful experience once that he couldn't explain away, and he was a no bullshit guy, and he said it had to be God, and I was like, okay. And that kind of got me thinking there must be something, because he wouldn't make something up just to go along with the crowd. He wouldn't, and this happened in a church, and he wouldn't just do what happened to go along with what everybody else was doing. Something got him that day. In fact, I think he went up there to debunk whatever was going on, and ended up falling down and having an incredible experience that changed his life. And I know I'm hard on religion, and that happened in a church. I never said that good things can't happen in a church. I said that religion steals your power, and it does, and you need your power. And then when I was a raging alcoholic and facing death, because my body was all fucked up from all the poison I put in it, couldn't keep up no more. My little kidneys were shutting down, just like my little dog's kidneys were shutting down from all the poison, and my liver was a mess. My liver was ginormous, man. It felt like I had one of those, you ever see those umpires behind the home plate of a baseball game with those big old fat chest pads? I felt like I had one of those under my rib cage where my liver should be. Anyway, I was bad. I was in bad shape, and I needed a miracle. So I was like, all right, something happened to my dad. There could be something out there. I've kind of always felt a little connected to something. Let's give this a whirl. I would have felt absolutely stupid if I would have died without asking for a miracle from a higher power, just because I was too proud to admit that that was a real possibility. I'm a very logical guy and a very rational guy in my life, and I'm a fucking skeptic of everything, including God. We've talked that out. But I was a huge skeptic. There was evidence that it was a possibility, so I wanted to explore that, and I did. And I made a deal. I was dying, and I said, hey, if you heal me, I'll do whatever you want me to do for the rest of my life. Woo. Now, at the time, I was thinking, I'll go build some churches, maybe a school, use my construction and carpentry experience, which was my main forte at the time. Had no idea my end of the deal would be the spin positive stuff. Anyway, my miracle was granted. I woke up the next day and I was completely healed. Absolutely. My mind was healed. My body was healed in the matter of about 6 hours. I'm a logical, rational, skeptical guy, and I could not rationalize what happened to me in any other way than it was a miracle from some higher power that gave enough of a shit about us to get involved in our lives. I could deduce no other explanation for what occurred to me. I'll go to my grave with that. You can try to talk me out of that all you want, and hundreds of people have. They have failed, so don't waste your time. I've already done the math, and nothing else adds up. That was a fucking miracle. Something got involved in my life and took that disease process away and healed my liver, my kidneys, and fucking everything in the matter of 6 hours. That was a miracle. It'll never be explained to me any other way. I know what the fuck happened better than anybody else, let me tell you. And since that day, I have made it my life's work to get to know whatever that was as good as it could be known. And I have accomplished that. Let me tell you, I swear by God, may lightning strike me fucking dead right now. I know the bounds of our relationship with our higher power as good as that motherfucker can be known. Ask the universe, it'll tell you. And I'll bet you by now, it's wishing, on hindsight, that it would have chose somebody else for this little project, and I don't blame it. I don't want to say that I've been a stubborn cuss, but I have been a skeptical cuss. And I asked the universe very nicely at first to show me some additional things so I could feel comfortable presenting them to you as truth. Because we're going to get in some wild shit, let me tell you. And if I got to put my name on some wild shit that's going to rock people's foundations of understanding, I had to know it was true. I have pushed the bounds of that relationship as good as it can be known. Now, me and my higher power, we're like an old married couple. We know everything about each other. We're glad each other's around, but God damn it, wouldn't it be nice to have a little peace and quiet once in a while? No offense. That's that constant intuition, man. It just keeps on coming, and sometimes you don't want to hear what it has to say. Where the fuck were we?